Hi guys, welcome to another session of news in 30 minutes. I hope everyone is doing good. I wish you a very happy Deepavali. Please be safe and celebrate the festival of lights, and please don't burn crackers as it can contribute to the air pollution, which is already very high, especially in metropolitan cities. Okay, so with that, let us get on with the important issues of the day on the 10th of November 2023. Now, very excited to know that the subscribers are increasing at a very fast pace, and I think the TNT series will be released as a Deepavali gift to all of you. Okay, so I'm excited to see your reaction towards this series. It is a very unique approach that I have taken up, so let us see how your reactions are. Alright, so with that, now let us get on with the news in 30 minutes. The first important issue is Ladakh observatories spot red aurora. Okay, so auroras are patterns of bright lights in the sky that are seen when the particles ejected from the sun interact with the magnetic field of the earth. This phenomena is usually visible near the poles. Okay, so if I take this as the earth, and this is the outer core, we know that the outer core behaves as a bar magnet. So if the outer core behaves as a bar magnet, we have the magnetic lines of forces that encircle the earth. Okay, so these are the magnetic lines of forces that encircle the earth. Correct. So when the sun's rays enters, when the sun rays enters towards earth, as you know, this is the earth. All right, when the sun rays enters the earth, the main job of the magnetic field, is to protect the earth from the high energy particles of the sun. Okay, so this magnetic field will trap the high energy particles. It traps the high energy particles of the sun. Okay, so that is the main job of the magnetosphere. So this is the magnetosphere. Okay, the magnetosphere is the magnetic lines of forces that encircle the earth. Okay, these magnetic lines of forces extend from the surface up to 63,000 kilometer. Okay, and this magnetosphere is very important to protect the earth's atmosphere, because without this, the high energy particles from the sun can strip our atmosphere very easily. Okay, so as I told you, the main job is to trap the high energy particles. So what is the aurora? Aurora is when the particles ejected from the sun interact with the magnetic field around the earth. Okay, now see this high energy particles that are coming towards the earth from the sun. Let us say that the sun is on this side and it is coming like this. So most of the high energy particles are trapped by the magnetic field, but a few can go and interact here. Are you seeing this? A few can go and interact here, and a few can go and interact here at the poles. So this interaction and this interaction, okay, the interaction near the poles, near the northern pole and the southern pole, this creates auroras. Okay, so basically auroras are when the particles ejected from the sun interacts with the magnetic field, especially at the polar region. Okay, so the night light that is found in the northern poles are known as aurora borealis, and the southern pole, the night light found in the southern pole, is known as aurora australis. Okay, so this is what are known as aurora. So I hope you understood what are the patterns of bright lights and why are these bright lights found in the sky. Okay, they are mainly observed near the poles because it is easy for these high energy particles to interact with the magnetosphere near the poles. Hence it becomes visible. Okay, now coming back to the issue, Ladakh observatories have also spotted red auroras. Okay, so first you understood the concept of auroras. Now what are these Ladakh observatories? Okay, so what you should know is, before I proceed, one thing what you should know is there is something called dark sky reserve. There is something called dark sky reserve. Okay, so what do you mean by dark sky? Just like biodiversity reserve or just like you have tiger reserve, like this you have something called dark sky reserve. So dark sky are those places that have very minimal artificial light interference. Okay, they are the places that have very minimal artificial light interference. Okay, artificial light is important. Okay, they are very minimal artificial light interference. That means they are very minimal human interference also. Okay, because if humans are there, obviously they bring light during the night times, and that will spoil the entire observation of sky. Correct. So dark sky is basically those places that have very minimal artificial light interference, and when the government reserves these places for observation of the sky, then it becomes dark sky reserve. Okay. So in India, the only dark sky reserve is in Hanle in Ladakh. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it in a wrong way. However, the only dark sky reserve in India is in Hanle, Ladakh. Okay. Now in this observatory, they found a red aurora. They found a red aurora in one of their observatories. Okay, that is the news. Okay. Now, one more thing what you should know is this observatory that is there in Hanle is set up by the Indian Institute of Astrophysics. Okay, it's set up by Indian Institute of Astrophysics. It is at an altitude of 4,500 meter. Okay, and why is Ladakh so favorable for setting up such space observatories? Okay, why is Ladakh so special for setting up space observatories? One is because it is a cold desert. When it is a cold desert, that means there is no weather, there is no clouds, so there is clear sky. So if there is clear sky, you can observe more clearly. Okay, the next is obviously sparse population. Hence there is no human interference, and hence there is no artificial light interference. Because of these two reasons, okay, Ladakh was chosen as an important place as a dark sky reserve. Okay, so this is what is this news. So basically, using the observatories, they they observed a red aurora in Ladakh. Okay, now one more thing what you should know is there are many number of telescopes that are present in these observatories. So if I take Hanle Observatory, there are around important one. There are 4 important telescopes. One is HCT, another is HAGAR, another is MACE, and the last is Growth India. Okay, so these are the 4 telescopes that are present in the Hanle Observatory. HCT is nothing but Himalayan Chandra Telescope. Okay, HAGAR is nothing but High Energy Gamma Ray Telescope. Okay, the MACE is nothing but Major Atmospheric Cherenkov experiment. Okay, and the last, the Growth India, is India's first fully robotic research telescope. Okay, so these are basically the 4 important telescopes that are present in Hanle Observatory. Okay, so this is some information that you have to always trace back once you read the news. So I hope you have got the entire information. Okay, so you understood what are auroras. Okay, you understood what are Ladakh observatories and why Ladakh observatory is chosen. And Ladakh observatory, there is what are the different telescopes within the Ladakh observatory. So these are some of the important data or issues that you have to derive from this particular article. Okay, so let us go to the next issue. Again, another issue that is making news is regarding space. Okay, as you know, space is a very important theme for both prelims as well as mains exam. Okay, so you have to be prepared very well, both from prelims perspective as well as mains perspective, if the thematic or the news is on space. Okay, so Chandrayaan 3 was in news, so you have to know that. Aditya L1 mission was in news, so you have to know that. Okay, so like this, now Ladakh observatories you got to know, what is dark sky reserve you got to know. So now the next thing is Euclid's first images, the dazzling edge of darkness. Okay, so what is Euclid mission? Okay, this is the first thing that you should understand. Euclid mission is a mission that is taken up by European Space Agency. Okay, it is the mission that is taken up by European Space Agency. Okay, and it is the first of its kind. The first of its kind. So first let us understand what is this news. Euclid has given its first images which has provided the dazzling edge of darkness. Okay, again you have to know very well what is this darkness that they are talking about. Okay, let me just show you the images, a very beautiful images that the Euclid has given. Okay, this is the first image taken by the Euclid's telescope. Okay, the Euclid's view of Oersted Nebula. Look at this. It looks like an horse head. Don't you think? Okay, it looks like a seahorse. Alright, so this is a very beautiful image that is taken by the Euclid's telescope. So this is the Seahorse Nebula or Oersted Nebula. Whenever I say nebulae, it is a plural. Nebula is singular, nebulae is plural. Nebulae is a giant cloud of dust. It is a giant cloud of dust or gas. Okay, that is what is a meaning of nebulae. Alright, and nebulae can be formed because of two reasons. One, they are thrown out by the explosion. They are thrown out by the explosion of a dying star. Okay, during supernova. So one, they can be thrown out of the explosion of the dying star. The second is they can be places where new star is getting born. Okay, so both this can be reason for the giant cloud or dust or gas, a giant cloud of dust or gas. Okay, that is what is a nebulae or a nebula. Nebulae is the plural form of nebula. Okay, so this is an excellent image of the Oersted Nebula. The next image that was taken is, look at this, a very beautiful image. Okay, as you can see here, Perseus cluster of galaxies. They can just ask you, Perseus cluster was recently seen in news regarding what? Okay, they can give you climate change, disaster management, space exploration, as well as that they can give you 4 options. So the question can be as simple as that. So all these minute details you have to have a keen observation upon. Okay, however, this is a very beautiful image that shows a cluster of more than 1000 galaxies. If you observe this image, it shows how tiny we are, how small is Earth when we take a relative reference of the entire universe. Yes or no? Alright, so this is another image. The next was this. This is again a Euclid's view of spiral galaxy. Okay, so you can see the galaxy having a spirality. Okay, so these are the 3 images, as you can see, that are taken by the Euclid mission. Okay, now the next important thing is, as I told you, Euclid mission. So you learn the images. So basically what you should understand is Euclid mission is, the main objective of Euclid mission is to create a 3-dimensional map. Okay, it is to create a 3-dimensional map of the universe. To create a 3-dimensional map of the universe, and this is the first of its kind. It is no other mission has taken up this objective. It is the first of its kind to create a 3-dimensional map of the universe. The reason why Euclid mission is interested in creating 3-dimensional map of the universe is it bases its theory on this particular line. If you understand this line, you will get to know everything. Okay, so one, it tells that the structure of galaxies and by extension of the universe, that is, you know that the universe is stretching. So one is the structure, another is the extension. Extension is nothing but expansion. Okay, the structure as well as the extension of the universe is an interplay of dark matter and dark energy. Okay, now this is what Euclid's mission is after. Alright, so basically by creating 3-dimensional map of the universe, we will be able to understand the exactness of how dark matter and dark energy works. Okay, so this is what is the Euclid mission. So I hope you understood what is the Euclid mission. It is basically to create three-dimensional map of the universe, because it bases itself on an understanding that the structure of the galaxies as well as the expansion of the galaxies are based on the interplay of dark matter and dark energy. Okay, now it is pertinent that you will understand what exactly is dark matter and dark energy. Okay, so as I told you, the interplay of dark matter and dark energy. Okay, so why are they called dark? They are called dark because they don't interact, or they don't interact with light. So when they don't interact with light, we cannot see them. So if we cannot see them, that is why they are called as dark. Okay, they are an interplay of dark matter and dark energy. So both are dark because they don't interact with light. That is the first point. The second is dark matter. According to NASA, dark matter constitutes 27% of the universe and dark energy constitutes 68% of the universe. Are you looking this? Look at this. Almost 98% of the universe is constituted by these two elements. Though 98% of the universe is constituted by dark matter and dark energy, we have very less knowledge regarding these two. That is the main job of the Euclid mission. Okay, because the Euclid mission tells that the interplay of dark matter and dark energy is what creates both the structure of the universe and is also responsible for the expansion of the universe. Okay, now see this dark matter. Okay, the main job of the dark matter is to pull the galaxies together. The main job is to pull the galaxies together and causes them to spin more rapidly. That is the job of the dark matter. Okay, so if I take the universe, all the galaxies within the universe are spinning around a point. Okay, now when they are spinning around the point, and if I take the mass of all the visible matter, if I take the mass of all the visible matter, this mass is not accounting for the gravity of this universe. Okay, so the visible matter, whatever mass of the visible matter, if I add all of them, it is not adding up to the gravity, because you know that gravity is directly proportional to mass. So the mass, if mass is 100 units, then obviously the gravity should also be directly correlated. However, if gravity is 100, the visible matter mass is just 2. See, where is 100 and where is 2? So if this visible mass is 2, where is the 98 coming from? The 98 extra mass is coming from dark matter. Okay, it is the dark matter that is responsible for the spinning of the galaxies around this point. I hope you understood this. That is how they came to know that there is something apart from the visible matter which is adding that extra mass. And what is that extra mass? That mass is known as dark matter. Okay, so this is what is dark matter. I hope you understood what is dark matter. The next is what is dark energy. Okay, basically, as I told you, dark energy is mainly involved in accelerated expansion. It is involved in accelerated expansion of the universe. Okay, so basically this acts as centripetal, or this mimics centripetal force and this mimics centrifugal force. Okay, so this is involved in expansion, this is involved in coming together. Okay, so if you have to understand two things, if you have to understand the structure of the universe and if you have to understand the expansion that is happening in the universe, obviously then you have to understand the dark matter as well as the dark energy. Okay, and to understand the dark matter and dark energy, we have to the mission that is there is Euclid's mission. Okay, so Euclid mission is basically a mission that is a wide angle telescope. It is a wide angle telescope with a 600 megapixel. It is a wide angle telescope with a 600 megapixel camera. Okay, it's a wide angle telescope with a 600 megapixel camera, and it takes pictures from infrared spectrometer, as well as photometer. Okay, so the images that are taken are of the frequency or wavelength that matches with infrared or visible light. So that is what it means. So it takes images. So basically it stands on the concept that by creating images, they can create how the map of the universe is, and by knowing the map of the universe, they can understand the dark matter and dark energy, and by understanding the map of the universe and dark matter and dark energy, finally they can understand the structure and expansion of the universe. Okay, so this is the overall aspect of Euclid mission. I hope you understood this. Okay, it's a very interesting mission that has been taken up, and you have to understand what is dark matter and dark energy. There are very high chances for them to come in the exam. Okay, so this is about the second issue. The next issue is tuberculosis in India, a fight to the end. Okay, WHO report shows India has made improvements but could miss, this is not 2035, could miss 2025 target to eliminate the disease. So basically India had 2025 as TB elimination. Okay, so that was the deadline. However, we are going to miss that. Okay, so few things that you should know is tuberculosis is a bacteria infected disease. Okay, and in India, if I take TB, we have the highest cases in the world. Okay, we have the highest cases in the world. Almost 27% of the global burden. Look at this, it is more than 1/4 of the world's global burden of tuberculosis falls in India. Okay, and in India, the more complicated is India's majority of this problem or the challenge is multi-drug resistance TB. Okay, multi-drug resistance TB. Okay, now in order to overcome this multi-drug resistance TB, we had a medicine that is known as bedaquiline. Okay, bedaquiline. Okay, so you should remember these names. Bedaquiline is a basically a drug that is to treat multi-drug resistant TB. Almost in the entire world, if we take the multi-drug resistant TB, more than 60% of multi-drug resistant TB patients are in India itself. And I also told you that if I take only TB, forget the multi-drug resistance, if I take only TB, even then the highest cases in the world is in India. Almost 27% of the global burden is in India. Okay. However, the WHO report actually tells that we are improving, or we have made improvements in two angles. One is reduction of TB mortality. That is, because we have improved in our treatment, people are not dying though they are infected with tuberculosis. The second is improvements in our case detection system. Okay, so we were able to standardize the case detection and to upload these cases that are found across the country in a one central database. Okay, what is the name of the database? Please put it in the comment section if you know the answer. However, we were able to create a proper database, a centralized one, in order to enter all the cases that are found across India. Okay, so these are the two improvements that was done. So overall, we are improving it, but we will not be able to reach the 2025 target to eliminate tuberculosis. Okay, this is about the tuberculosis. Again, it is a very important issue that keeps making news, so you should have an idea, because any important issue that is pertinent to all the people of this nation, you should have a very good idea of what is the status of it, because the questions can come both in prelims as well as mains. Okay, and the last issue of the day is India Finance Report, a warning against repeating past mistakes. Okay, the RBI and the government should take the report's findings seriously. Back-to-back monetary shocks are catching business off guard. Okay, so basically, before though the article is giving a type of warning, actually the India Finance Report has given a very positive outlook. Okay, now first you have to learn from prelims perspective. If I take the India Finance Report, okay, if I observe this India Finance Report, the India Finance Report is basically published by, it is published by Center for Advanced Financial Research and Learning. Okay, it is based, the India Finance Report is published by Center for Advanced Financial Research and Learning. It is known as CAFRAL, SAFRAL. Okay, it is known as Center for Advanced Financial Research and Learning. The reason why I'm telling you this is prelims it can come because this CAFRAL is an independent body. It's an independent body that is set up by the RBI. Okay, it is not set up by any NGOs. It is not a non-profit body. It is not any government body. It is set up as an independent body by RBI. Okay, so this is mainly concerned with research into financial matters. Okay, so in this India Finance report that is published by the CAFRAL, it is mainly talking about the shadow banking sector. Okay, the shadow banking sector. Okay, and what do you mean by shadow banking sector? It means non-banking financial companies. Okay, the shadow banking sector is known as the non-banking financial companies. All right, now what does the report say? The report actually says that NBFCs have improved. The report says NBFCs are improved in all dimensions, which is a good news. In a few last 2 days back, you just learned about the performance of banking sector. And in the banking sector also we spoke about profitability, how the profitability is also increasing and also how the NPAs are declining. So one, banking sector is also doing good. The second is NBFCs are also doing good. This is a very good thing for the Indian economy. This is how you have to relate and write answers in economy. Okay, you have to bring different data to substantiate how India is moving in a proper direction. Okay, anyways, so if I take NBFCs, the report says, the India Finance report says that it has improved in all dimensions. The all dimension can be the capital position as well as asset quality. In both the cases, asset quality as well as, there's one more, profitability. So if you take all the three dimensions, capital position, asset quality and profitability, the NBFCs have improved. Okay, now one example that the report cites is NBFCs. Okay, if you take capital risk weighted asset ratio, CRAR. Okay, this is some amount of buffer that the non-banking financial companies have to keep for all the loans that they keep providing. Okay, so if they provide 100 rupees of loan, they have to make sure that they keep 15 rupees as a buffer, to make sure that if there is any problem with the loans, they can overcome it. Okay, that is what is known as CRAR. That is known as, again I'll repeat, capital risk weighted asset ratio. So for NBFCs, the capital risk weighted asset ratio is 15% as stipulated by RBI. Okay, so they have to keep 15% of their total sum as CRAR. However, NBFCs in India in 2022 have kept around 27.6% as CRAR. Okay, that shows that we have a very huge buffer. And also the report says that if I take 2019, we had 22.9%. So overall the CRAR overall is also increasing. If you come from 2019 to 2022, you can see that the CRAR is actually increasing. That is actually a good sign that we are increasing our buffers, which can reduce any type of shocks in the economy. Okay, so this is what this article talks about. So one, you understood what is India Finance report, and the next is you also understood what is this Center for Advanced Financial Research and Learning, and you also understood what is the current scenario of NBFCs. So with this data and with the banking sector data, I think you can write a very good answer. If they ask you, write the current status of Indian economy and also analyze the outlook of Indian economy in the next 5 years. If I give you a 10 marker for you to write on that particular question, I hope you will have enough amount of data to substantiate how the Indian economy is progressing. Okay, so this is how you have to collect different data and then collate it finally to write answers, especially in Indian economy. Okay, I hope the session was helpful, guys, and I hope it is, if it is helping you to link the current affairs with the syllabus of UPSC. All right, if that is the case, and if you think that these videos are helping you in any small manner, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for all the love and support, guys, and I'm looking forward to your reaction for the upcoming TNT series. This is the Deepavali gift. All right, so let us see your reactions. I'm just waiting for it to be released once we reach the 2000 subscribers. We just have 80 more members to go. Once we hit that 80 members, I'm going to release this series. All right, with that, I am going to see you tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye.